to my channel. Today we're going to do another craft and we're going to use these items right here. Let me get my paints over here so you can see. I think these are the paint colors I'm going to use. I'm just going to have to play around with them and make sure this is the right look that I want. Dollar Tree has these wooden boxes. There's a larger piece that goes with these boxes that I've already used for another craft that I made, and I had these parts left and I didn't want to waste them. I didn't want them to go unused. So I was watching another creator's channel that I just love. It's called Crafts by Caitlin, and Crafts starts with a K. I just love her channel, and if y'all get a chance, go and check out her channel. She is so cute and so precious and so very talented. She makes the best projects, and this will be the first one of hers that I've gotten my inspiration from. It's not going to be exactly like the one that she made, but it's very close, and I'm giving her credit because I did see it on her channel, and that's where I got my idea to do this. So Crafts by Caitlin. So let's jump right in and get started. Okay, the first thing I needed to do so that I didn't mess this up right off the spot was I needed to turn all of these boxes the way I'm going to need them to go. So you see that they all have the little cutouts. Well, you don't see that. The little cutouts here. I don't want any of these to show. So what I'm going to do is on the 4 in the middle, I'm going to flip that around to the back so that the tops are solid and the fronts are solid. Now, for the 2 on the end, I want the front to be solid, but I do want the 2 ends to be open, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this flower foam and I'm going to put it in each one of these end pieces and put a little flower arrangement. Now here's my idea. What I want to do with this is I'm going to put the word home on the front on these first 4, but I'm not going to make the O, because what I want to be able to do with this O is be able to interchange the parts for a different holiday or season coming up. So the H, the M, and the E will stay the same. The home is the one that will change. And I also want the flowers on the end to be able to be interchangeable also. So that's the idea. I'm going to go ahead and start painting, and I think I'm going to start out with this color right here. I'm going to try to distress these. I've not done that before, so this is my first time. I maybe should have practiced this before I went straight into the project, but I didn't. And here we are back with the first coat of the paint that I used last night. This one right here. You see it's just a very muted, it has a sort of a yellow undertone to it, which is fine because the next color I'm going to go in with is from Waverly. It's Waverly chalk paint in Maize, and that's what this looks like. And I'm going to put the second coat on here and let it dry. I'll go ahead and start one, maybe, if I can get this paint to come out. Here she comes. Ooh, she's thick. And she's a little bit crusty too. So let's go ahead and I will start with, well, let's just play musical boxes. I'll start with this one right here, just so you can see the color as it's being painted. So that's really yellow, which is fine, because like I said, I just wanted this. I feel like the yellow undertones are gonna look good with the brown that I'm gonna use. So I don't mind this maize color being such a bright-ish yellow color. I'm actually fine with that. So just gonna paint all the sides like we did last night. You can see right here, I left it I left them on these towels to dry. So when I went to pick them up, they stuck to the towels a little bit. But that's okay too. We'll just take that off, and that's not a big deal. And we'll just get these painted. Actually, I really like that color. I think that is going to be really pretty with that brown. Just kind of, I hate to use this word, but kind of streaked over the top, because that's really how it's going, how I plan for it to look, is kind of streaky. So I'm going to continue to paint these and get them all painted. I know it won't be much fun for you all to sit here and just watch me paint all of these. Again, this is the side with the cutout. I'm not going to paint any of that, because remember, it's going to be pointed toward the back and nobody's going to see it anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these off camera, and when I come back, we will start in with the brown. So I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, I'm back, and I have distressed this first one right here, and I don't know how I feel about this. Even though this yellow color right here, I really like it. It's very pretty. It would be great for spring, summer, that area of time. Maybe even fall, but for winter, in my opinion, it just does not work for the winter decor that I have basically in my living room, where this is going to be. So not distressing it in some way is not an option. So I initially started out with this brown right here. It's this chestnut. Yeah, this did not work at all. So fortunately, I have this color right here. There's a glare on it, so you really can't see, but anyway, it's deep brown. This works better. So let me show you what we're gonna do. I'm gonna pour out a little bit, just a tiny little bit of this color right here, which you cannot see because I put it down to, anyway, here it is, right here, that one little dot right there. And I'm just gonna take my paintbrush. Let me get this back here where you can see maybe. I'm just gonna take my paintbrush and I'm just gonna spread it around until it thins out like that. And that's, oh, my paintbrush looks like a mess. But anyway, there's not gonna be a heavy amount of paint on here. And then I'm just gonna get it and I'm just gonna lightly wipe it across here. I had already started this one before I started filming. I wanted to get one done before I started filming so I could see how it was gonna work. And then when I get just this side, I'm gonna go over this side again, but I want to move on to another side. I'm gonna put my paintbrush back in here, and I'm gonna start on this side, and I'm just going to just flick it across. We're not painting, we're not really trying to get full coverage. I just want to dampen out some of the brightness of this yellow. Now see that, I'm good with that right there. But the problem is that yellow is just too bright. At the end of the day, I think this would have looked better if I had just stuck with the first coat, the antique white that I used instead of this maize. Because what happens, what it looks like to me, I don't know on camera if it looks this way, but when I add the brown on top of this really bright yellow, it takes on a reddish kind of tint, which is okay. I'm not mad at it, but that's just that's not really the look I was going for. I don't think this is the aged, distressed look that I really had in my mind. I'm okay with this, and I'm going to leave it like this. Except that I didn't leave it like that. I ended up changing it anyway, and I like it. This is more of the look that I was going for. I went to Walmart one night, and in their craft section, they have Waverly wax, and this color is called Antique Wax. So I got it, and I'm glad I did because this gave me the effect I wanted. Now we're ready to stencil the letters on top of our boxes. This stencil I got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use this black marker. I think I got this from the Dollar Tree also, but any black Sharpie type marker will do. So you just want to get your box situated and make sure you get your stencil in the middle, and then you just want to make sure you're holding it on there really good and tight, and you're just going to trace with your black marker inside the stencil. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the H right here, and literally you're just going to draw on the stencil just like that. Go ahead and make it as dark as you can while you've got your stencil on there, because what you're going to do is, or if you choose to, what I chose to do was fill out the spaces in between the black. I wanted to make the H a little bit more bold, so I'm just going to retrace and make those lines darker and put a little more flourish on them. You'll see when I get ready to do the middle of the H, I'm just going to kind of draw that out a little bit, just because that's what I like. And this is what you end up with. And here's the finished project. And guys, this was a labor of love, because I'm going to tell you, I didn't know what we were going to end up with, but I really liked the final result. I ended up using the snowflake for the O, and again, I can change that out for whatever season or whatever holiday. And these flowers may not be winter flowers, but it's what I had. And the good thing about that too, I can take those flowers out as the seasons change. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Give me a thumbs up and share a comment down below, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.